Do you have enough range of motion in your shoulder? Let's do a test. Josh here, lovely. Now, he's standing up against the wall. This is a classic test to reach up overhead. Now, what do you notice? You got the ribs sticking up and his elbows bent. So he's compensating in two places to see if his shoulder range of motion is good. Now, let's come back down. Let's see where it really is. You want to get your bra strap against the wall. So imagine where your bra strap is. Great. Notice his ribs are being pulled down a little bit as a result. There we go. Good. Now from there, he's got his back touching the wall. Good. Trying to pull those shoulders back without letting this move, without letting that. Okay, good. That's your max range. Now, let's bring this arm up overhead, all the way up overhead. Keeping that arm straight. There we go. So this is the distance away for his shoulder flexion. Look at that.
All that room for improvement.
So he's been compensating by letting the mid-back flare, the ribs flare, the core isn't turning off necessarily, but it's inefficient. It's not in the best position it could be. You're going to drive more weight overhead if you can keep your rib cage stacked over a neutral pelvis. So here, when he's going up overhead with anything over weights, which is usually only about 10 pounds for you. So when you're going overhead with 10 pounds, you're going to be compressing some things in the spine rather than using this whole cylinder as your base. Sure. Now, that is the good test. What is the problem? There you go. It's going to be this thing here. So if you pull those ribs down, good, you can see that roundedness through the upper body here. We've done several posts already on how to improve mobility in the thoracic spine. Now, there's a little bit of extension that your thoracic spine can get. I'm going to demonstrate that. So if I'm here, there's some extension that you can get in the upper back without your ribs flaring. A little bit, like 8 degrees of extension. He doesn't quite have that. So we need to make sure that he's getting full range of motion in that rounded position and then being able to then extend into this top position. One of the great cue is to imagine you have a string attached to your head. Imagine that string's pulling you up and pull your hair up. Good. Reach that head up to the sky, keeping those ribs in. Great. So he's putting in a lot of work here. No, you don't need to walk around in life like this. It helps to just focus on this cue, reaching the head up. But when you're doing exercise, you really want to try to get all of these things in line. You're going to feel a lot more stable and be able to push a lot more weight if you can improve your thoracic mobility and keep everything nice and stacked so you can get to here.